Too many Americans are still out of work and they're hurting. And they're continuing to ask the question, where are the jobs? Many are wondering what their leaders from Washington are really doing. And here in the House, our plan to help America's job creators continues to be our focus. We've passed more than 30 bills and sent them over to the Senate, all of which would help get our economy moving again and put more Americans back to work. Now, we all know that America faces more challenges in the coming months. The largest tax hike in American history is scheduled for the end of this year. So our defense cuts that President Obama, as Secretary of Defense, has said will hollow out America's armed services. And our out-of-control spending will force Washington to act on raising the debt limit or face a disastrous default. Listen, America has faced tough challenges before, and every time we've been able to meet them. Now, we can do it again, but it'll take a president willing to lead or at least show up. Earlier this week, I raised these issues in a little speech that some of you may have heard about. I said we should not wait until the 11th hour to address these issues. And the only ones who are talking about drama or brinksmanship are my Democrat colleagues across the aisle. The reality is that the danger of a downgrade comes from continued inaction on the deficit and our piling debt, not for calls for action. We can use the debt limit debate to force Washington to act, to cut spending, and enact some of the real reforms that will help put America on a path to prosperity. Listen, this is all about jobs. Our debt and our deficit act as a wet blanket over our economy, causing employers and investors to wonder about, is Washington going to act? The sooner that we deal, honestly, with our long-term debt and our budget deficit, the sooner the skies begin to clear and more certainty comes so that American employers can do what they do best, put Americans to work. We can replace irresponsible defense cuts with smarter, better ways to save taxpayer money. And we can cut spending and reform our entitlement programs to ensure that they'll be there for future generations. The House is acting. The House is leading. Now we need a president that will show up. The balanced approach that the budget that the White House wants to talk about got 0 votes in the United States Senate yesterday. Got 0 votes in the House several months ago. The White House wants to raise the debt limit without a single dime of spending cuts or reforms. Listen, with nearly $16 trillion in debt already, it's just not credible. America deserves a better economic future. America can't wait, and we need a president who will show up and work with us, both Democrats and Republicans, to address these pressing concerns.